How's it going, everybody? Estas here. So the markets didn't do so well today. We had the S&P down 0.2%, the Dow and the Nasdaq went down 0.3%, and I don't know how, but the Russell ended up going up 0.6%. So today we're going to break down some stocks, some charts, my thoughts on the markets, plus more. So sit back, relax, hit the like button, check out my Patreon down below if you guys want my buys, sells, call outs, morning update videos, plus more. All of that's on Patreon. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So you guys can clearly see we ended up breaking under the neckline of the inverse head and shoulder here on SPY, which is what we've been tracking not only today, the past couple of hours, but the past couple of trading days. You guys can see here, SPY was forming an inverse head and shoulder. We have the left shoulder here, which held right around 433. We got the head right here, and then the right shoulder is right here, which I guess you can say it's still holding on by a thread, but by the looks of it, guys, this sell-off is probably going to accelerate, right? Because like I said, the neckline is at about 433, 434, which is where the left shoulder held in the pattern. And we were holding that all day today up until the last little bit of the trading session. You guys can see SPY ended up slipping pretty aggressively from 435 down to about 433.50 at close. And then we saw, and we're still seeing, quite a sell-off in the aftermarket hours, which is actually getting us down to those lows from the pre-market today. And by the looks of it, like I said, guys, although we're still holding on by a thread here on this inverse head and shoulder, right shoulder, by the looks of it, this wants to go 430 and below. And if we do get under 430, I think it's going to get uglier from there. We're probably going to end up testing those lows from a couple of trading days ago at about 425 to 427. And who knows, will we hold those lows? Do we take the lows out, go 420, maybe lower than that? Time will tell, I guess. But if we look here on the 4-hour, let's say we do break that 425 low, we could be going 422, which was that low point from the middle of July, followed by, let's say, if things got even bloodier, maybe 413, which was the low point from the middle of June. So by the looks of it, guys, we're going lower, right? That triple bottom rally that we saw last week where we got up to about 442, that ended up being a bull trap, not only on SPY, but also on QQQ. You guys can see we double bottomed at about 350 last week, saw the rally up to about 365. We failed breaking out of the 180 moving average. In fact, we hit that point and we created a lower high, and now we're dumping back down. And on the 20-day chart, we fell under the neckline of the inverse head and shoulder here on the right shoulder. So I think this is probably going to be going lower, especially since we broke the neckline here. We're also trading under both moving averages on the 20-day chart. QQQ could be going 350, and if 350 were to break, which was the low from about eight calendar days ago, if that were to break, guys, we're probably going to start testing, levels that we haven't been at since June, maybe even May, 335, 340. That is still not out of the cards. I mean, especially with how the technicals on QQQ are looking like right now. And on top of this, to make things even worse, crazier, more uncertain, we have the CPI number coming out tomorrow morning at 8:30 p.m. or 8:30 a.m. on the East Coast, which you guys know how that goes. That's going to fluctuate the markets very aggressively in either direction, and nobody knows what's going to happen. Sure, we have some estimates, we have some, ideas of what could happen, but nobody really knows. So we're looking out for this CPI number tomorrow, and I will be covering that on Patreon in the morning because I do make a morning update video every single trading day. So if you guys are interested in that, check out my Patreon link down below. And I'd love to know your thoughts. Drop me a comment down below. Make sure to hit the like button if you guys are finding value. The markets are getting rocky, man. CPI numbers, it's going to be interesting, especially now that we had a terrible jobs report last month, and the Fed, for it to actually start tapering and raising interest rates, it's got to see full employment, like we're hearing Powell say every dang time he speaks, and he has to see inflation kind of stabilize a bit. So we're going to see what happens, guys. Tomorrow's going to be huge in the morning, and to be honest, I'm pretty excited for it. I'm ready. I have some cash on the sidelines ready to go just in case we do get some sort of sell-off tomorrow. So let's talk about some stocks now. And again, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Stock number one, which completely just exploded today, I can't even put it into words, guys, is MGM Resorts. This went up 10%, up about $4 on the day. And what we're noticing, let me get my handy dandy channel tool out here. What we're noticing is this is completely breaking out now. It's completely breaking out of this channel, uptrending channel that it was within, trading within ever since the beginning of 2021, right? You guys can see now that we completely broke out of $45 per share, we're on a rocket ship. We're going a lot higher. And why did this happen? Well, I don't know if we're going a lot higher from here, but we broke out completely, right? And sure, we could be going higher. Who the heck knows? I don't know the future, but Credit Suisse, which is what moved the stock today, bumped their price target to $68 per share, and they put an outperform rating on the stock. I believe it was neutral before, so they're turning really bullish on MGM. And I looked at the 20-year chart for this stock right before filming this video, and my jaw dropped. Let me show you guys this. I doubt anybody out there, well, you probably know, but some of you guys probably don't know that this was a $100 stock back in 2007. And that's not the crazy part. The crazy part is how much the stock was in 2009. This is unreal. The stock was $100, and then in 2009, it was $1.80. I mean, that is just ridiculous. I didn't even know that, to be completely honest with you guys. I did not know MGM lost 98% of its value, 97%, but it did. And it's been recovering ever since the past 15 years. And it's made a great investment. I mean, if you bought it at $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 and you're still holding today, now it's at $50, you made very good money over the past 14 years. But I'm not sure if anybody out there watching even bought MGM. But the thing is, guys, this goes to show how quickly a stock can crash. Within a year or two, it could lose all of its value, pretty much get wiped out. And it also shows that stocks could get to bargain basement valuations during crashes. Just because a stock crashes doesn't mean it's going out of business, right? We all know what happened in 07, 08, 09. Those were rough times. And if you picked up MGM for pennies on the dollar, if you picked up other stocks for pennies on the dollar, you would have made a crap ton of money long term, if that makes any sense, right? So I guess we can take this as a lesson. If good companies get destroyed, their stocks do, we got to look at them as buying opportunities. Not always, of course, there's more that goes into it, but this is a prime example of that. And now that they raised the price target to $68, and we're breaking out on that 4-hour chart like I showed you guys, maybe over the next couple of months, MGM does start making its way, probably not back to $100, guys, which is the all-time high, but maybe it starts getting up to $55, $60. It's very possible. So I'm watching MGM on this huge uptick move. I'm also looking at NCLH, Norwegian Cruise Line, which we talked about CCL, Carnival Cruise Line, in my previous video today. NCLH is pretty much the same pattern, right? We've been trading pretty religiously within this uptrending channel ever since the middle of July. Uptrend. It's been uptrending, higher lows, higher highs, all that good stuff. And recently, it hit $30. That was about 2 weeks ago. Got pretty overbought there. And now we've sold off to about 27, trimming almost 10% of the value here. And it looks like we're holding above the 180 SMA. We're holding the uptrend. We had a 3% green day just today. And the only thing ahead of us and us breaking out is the 50 moving average, right around 27.30. So for me, guys, I'm going to put my alert a little bit above that. I'm going to put my alert at 27.50. And if we end up breaking that tomorrow, maybe sometime later this week, this could start making its move back up to 28.29, and I think it could take out that high and maybe hit 30 plus per share. So watch out for Norwegian Cruise Line, guys. NCLH, solid stock setup in my opinion. And by the way, all this stuff's in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research, yada, yada, yada. You guys know the whole spiel. So let's go over the next one. Crowdstrike, ticker symbol CRWD. This one went up 3+%, very similar to NCLH, and it had a pretty solid day. And by the looks of it, it's squeezing deeper and deeper into the wedge here on the 4-hour chart. We're making higher lows, lower highs, and with today's big move, we broke above the 50 SMA, and now we're about to test the top of the wedge and the 180 SMA on this 4-hour chart, which I believe if we break out of there, this could start ripping back 270, 260, 280 plus even. And now that I'm looking at this, take a look, 20-day chart. We're seeing a bit of a lopsided inverse head and shoulder here. If I just quickly remove this overall oval and get the oval tool again, do these little ovals here, you guys can see left shoulder, we got the head, and then we got the right shoulder. So if this breaks out of the top of the wedge, you better believe that inverse head and shoulder is going to play out, and we could start going 260, 270, heck, maybe 280 plus. So I'm going to put my alert at, let's say, maybe 255 for Crowdstrike right now. Ticker symbol CRWD. Perfect. There we go. That should hit maybe tomorrow, some point this week, and we'll see if it breaks out even further from there. Tesla had a great day today. If you guys watched my video yesterday, which you probably should watch all the videos, guys, because we kind of cover stocks every week and we follow up on them. So if you guys do want to see the follow-up videos and just my thoughts on the markets pretty much every day, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and keep up with the videos. I guarantee you guys will find value here. We talked about Tesla yesterday as we were seeing an ascending triangle. I mean, we have been seeing an ascending triangle forming here on the 4-hour chart. We've been uptrending for months, and just recently, since the end of September, we've seen a big wall of resistance at about 800. Which is how we were squeezing deeper into this triangle, and I told you guys, look, when 800 breaks, there's probably going to be an explosion upwards. And today, we're starting to see that. We broke 800. The stock ran up to 812 earlier, and it ended up pulling back and closing just above 800, which is a good sign that it wants to hold 800 as support, and this is simply just a dip within the overall breakout. So I think Tesla does have more upside, and I've been on record saying, and I'm still sticking to it, I think Tesla could maybe take out, let's see the all-time high here. I don't want to say take out all-time highs before the end of the year, but I think it could start pushing 900 before the end of the year. Well, I guess 900 is the all-time high. I thought it was 930 for some reason. But yeah, I think it could potentially take out that all-time high or get close to it, like 850, 880, 875. I think Tesla could get there before the end of the year if I were to make a prediction. And sure, I could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past, but that is what I think. So watch out for the breakout here on Tesla. Nike is another one I'm looking at, ticker symbol NKE. They reported earnings a couple of weeks ago, it was about 3 weeks ago, and the stock kind of disappointed. It went down from 160 to about 145. On top of that, Nike's getting hit like a lot of big companies out there with the supply chain problems. I'm not going to go into that, but Nike's getting hit, FedEx is getting hit, UPS is getting hit, so many, Costco, Walmart. I mean, I was seeing it on the news today. It's craziness out there. And Nike is slowly reversing. We found a bottom at about 145. Now we're trading at 153. We had a 2% green day. We broke above the 50 moving average, but we're still under the main 180 moving average at about 158, and we're at 153 now. So that is resistance. But the fact that on the yearly chart, we held a higher low above the 180 SMA, and we rallied off of it. And on the 3-year chart, we also are holding the uptrend right above the 50 SMA. These two things are good signs for me that this sell-off for Nike could be coming to an end. Bulls are stepping in, and they're buying up the stock. So if you have a longer-term horizon, this probably won't pan out in a week or two. Sure, it could, but I doubt it. But if you have, let's say, couple months on your hands, you have some cash, this could be a longer term swing. I think it really could be. The setup on the 3-year chart looks good. Yearly chart looks pretty solid. So keep your eyes out on Nike. Netflix is another one that I'm looking at. We've talked about Squid Game, the fact that that is bringing in a lot of new customers. That's going to be recurring revenue for the company. And what's the other one? Alice in Wonderland. A lot of these South Korean shows. Shout out to South Korea, man. These shows have been crazy. And another one I mentioned before, Money Heist. I think, where's that one from? I don't want to get it wrong. I think it was in Spain. I could be wrong. I think it's a Spanish show. But these shows are great. And a lot of people are signing up to Netflix to specifically watch these shows. And then they stay on and they become recurring customers, right? Very, very, very simple stuff. Makes sense. And the stock ran up like crazy. I mean, ever since middle August, Netflix has gone from 520 to 650, which is crazy. That is a 20% move right there. And now we're finally seeing a pullback. Profit taking, some selling, which is good. It's never good for something to just go straight up, and away, which Netflix has been doing recently. So I think now that we're pulling back, we could see more red, especially if this 50 moving average fails to hold, which as of now it's holding, which who knows, could be a mini dip buy in and of itself at about 625, maybe back up to 640. But I would much rather see Netflix break 625 and fill the gap down to about 580, which is right by the main 180 moving average. That is where I'd consider adding. As of now, for me personally, guys, I'm not considering adding, but again, if it starts breaking under 600, I'm going to be interested. I'm going to be watching it. And another one that I'm looking at, the last one here for this video, guys, is Moderna. This one has been getting hit as well. Ever since Merck came out with whatever the heck they came out with, this stock took a huge beating. It's down 20%. It's in a bear market. We're seeing a death cross. We're under both moving averages. And the 4-hour chart, to be honest, is not showing any signs of a reversal. But if you pop up the yearly chart, you are seeing buyers stepping in right around that 180 SMA in the mid-200s. We're obviously not in the mid-200s, but that's where the 180 SMA is. And we're seeing consolidation right around there right now. So who knows? Maybe this could start pushing higher. Maybe buyers do end up, stepping in here to push this thing. Let's say mid 300s again, high 300s. That is very possible. So I'm watching Moderna, I'm watching Netflix, I'm watching Nike, Tesla, Crowdstrike, NCLH, and MGM. Now, I'd love to know what you guys are watching. Are you watching these stocks? Let me know in the comments, and just let me know overall your thoughts on the markets in the comments. And if you all enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe. You know what to do. Do all that good stuff. Check out my Patreon if you guys want my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, morning update videos. Literally, guys, I'm posting everything on Patreon that I'm doing, from options. Just today, I sold some options and bought a new swing position. I'm posting everything on there, so check it out. Link down below, or you guys can go to StockSurfest.com/Patreon. Get your $30 from M1 Finance as well, and your 2 stocks from Webull. Those are linked down below, and that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'll pop up the video I made earlier about 3 other stocks I didn't talk about in this video. Go check it out. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching again. As always, keep crushing the market. Stay safe out there. Peace out.